Okay, today on the Gearhead Gardener, we are going to be taking a look at this pretty rare fig tree I found at my local nursery while I was out strolling around looking for some bonsai material. I came across this fig tree, and you know, I love figs, but I'm not really too much of a fig tree guy, but I just did do some experiments on some cuttings, so I figured I'd take this little tree, I would grow it, and I would try and make some cuttings out of it myself. Because it's pretty interesting. It is a violet Bordeaux fig. It's supposed to be really dark and really pretty red on the inside. So if this is something you're interested in, let's get started. And like I said, I found this at my local nursery. It was kind of in their scratch and dent section. It looked like it might have been kind of a tall, upright tree when they first got it, and it broke off, maybe died off, and just got put aside and grew in all kinds of funky ways. So I brought it home to baby it and try to figure out exactly how to grow these Bordeaux figs and exactly what they're going to taste like when they are ready to go. So let's see what we can do and what kind of fun we could have with this little tree. Maybe even reproduce some babies as well. Okay, here we are, the first look of my new project. It is this Violet de Bordeaux, so Violet Bordeaux. It is very old fig. It's been sitting in this nursery for many years. I found it hidden under a bunch of stuff, and you can see how everything is cascading. Kind of twisted up a bit so I can actually twirl it around and get a whole look at it. I don't know when to figure out how the date code is on this, but it's a $16 little fig tree, and it is from the Monterey Bay Nursery. So anyways, I'm going to pull this out and we're going to see how root bound it is. It's nice. Okay, what you're looking at here is my newest project. It is a Violet Bordeaux fig, which I do not know a lot about, but from what I understand, they are super dark red on the outside, hence the Bordeaux, and they're a strawberry colored on the inside. So as you see, this tree is quite old. It's been sitting hidden in a nursery with all kinds of stuff packed around it. That's why we got this cascading shape going on. Not really sure what direction we're going to take it, but I've kind of twisted things up a little bit to stop these from drooping, but they droop pretty low. So first off, I know I'm going to have to shorten some of these to make it more manageable. I'm not sure if I want to do an air layer or if I want to just do root cuttings, because you could do them either way. But this is going to be a great pot. I mean, a great little fig tree. So I started looking a little closely. I slipped it out of the nursery pot, and you can see it's got roots going around and around and around and around. And I've also noticed a bunch of ants in it. So I'm going to put it in this little pot here, this little pan here, just to try and contain the mess that's going to go on. And I want to see, I know we're going to do a lot of work on this one, but it is going to be a fun little project. Got this great twin trunk, but you can see that these leaves are, I mean, these roots go all the way around it. So first things first, I'm going to get this soaking in a bucket of water for a couple of days and try and loosen some of these up. And we are going to trim out the roots that go around them circle. Now, with the roots, I'm going to try and plant some root cuttings and see if we can get those to strike. But I can see a lot of little ants like walking around here, so I'm going to go get to work on this off camera. All right, here is a look at the Bordeaux Fig Outdoors. Still in its original one gallon pot. Not sure what we're going to do. I've got a bunch of nursery pots laying around, so I could pot it up a little higher. And I'm going to remove the branches that will be touching the floor either way. Those will get propagated. The fig has been sitting in the water now for about 10 minutes. And it's hard to tell, but all the critters are coming out. And a couple of bugs and a bunch of ants.
We'll figure out where they're congregating. There they are. Some crawling around in there. But I'm going to keep it submerged. You can see them wander. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this submerged for a while. And I'm just going to pot it up just a little bit until I know what I want to do with it. And then let's have some constant missing just to piss off all the ants. Okay, so I hope they get the message. It's gonna need lots of root work, but it's also gonna give me lots of offspring. All right, so that's it for this one. I'm gonna pot it up. Like I said, this is the first half of fall. Gotta learn a little bit more about this cultivar before I do any chopping up, but these branches definitely need to be shorter, so I'm going to figure out if we need to air layer or root cuttings will work. But I can make a couple of nice little bonsai with this. Either way, it's going to be crazy. All right, I'm going to let it sit out here, drip dry for a little while, come back and try and get the rest of them little critters off. And then all we're going to do is label this pot, plant it out, and figure out what our next step is. So that's it on this one. Again, let's put this up here for display. There we go. I imagine that's going to be the front of the tree. All right, there it is. Violet Bordeaux, Gearhead Gardener.
Come outside to take another look at this Bordeaux. You can see I took from the 1 gallon pot, I just cut the label off and zip tied it to the branch so I could have the label. But as I'm looking, I thought it was like a twin trunk. This is actually maybe 2 separate trees in here together in one pot. You see? So I think in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and split this and see if we can make 2 trees out of this before we start propagating any of the branches. So we'll go ahead and end this one here. Give this thing a little tiny bit of sunlight there. And there you have it. There is my brand new little violet Bordeaux fig tree that we're gonna do some propagating on and some wiring and tying and just generally watch it grow. So I hope you guys go ahead and hit the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Come along on this journey as I fix up these old trees and work on old Volkswagens and other plants here in my backyard nursery and shop. Thanks for watching the Gearhead Gardener here on Philae TV. Ciao.